Hey friends, it's Kurt from Transformative Journeys again, back talking about the hero's journey. So last time we talked a little bit about the hero's journey in the context of Star Wars and even The Wizard of Oz. Another great hero's journey story is that of Frodo Baggins in The Lord of the Rings. Although he's not the only one in that movie who's on a hero's journey. Pretty much everybody who's on the Fellowship is on their own hero's journey. They're just doing them all together, sort of like we do on Transformative Journeys. But when we first meet Frodo, he's at home in the Shire, living his normal life. And he already knows the mentor. He already knows Gandalf, but he doesn't quite know Gandalf the way he's going to know him. And of course, the call to adventure is when Bilbo disappears at his party and Frodo has the ring come to him. So we see Frodo actually being sort of compelled to cross the threshold, to answer the call, because the ring wraiths come looking for him and they escape. And the place where they really experience that they're in a new world is when they're in that Prancing Pony pub. And that's the first place where they meet allies. That's where they meet Aragorn, or Strider as he's known at that point in the story. It's also where those ring wraiths come looking for them, although they've encountered them several times already. So the point of bringing this up is this is a common story. This is something that exists everywhere. So the next thing that they do is they go and they go to Rivendell and they meet with the elves and they form the Fellowship of the Ring before they really embark on the real journey. But ultimately, through all these ordeals, and Lord of the Rings is one where a lot of these steps happen again and again and again, where they're meeting allies, they're meeting enemies, they're facing tests. But ultimately, in every hero's journey, there's the place where the hero, the protagonist, approaches what is called the innermost cave. And a lot of people over the years have spoken about this or have written about it. Obviously, Joseph Campbell did, but also Carl Jung did. Also, Rumi did. The statement that the innermost cave that you are most afraid to enter is the cave that holds your deepest treasure. And this is what we see with Frodo, is that Frodo has to get into the cave, into Mount Doom, in order to be able to get rid of the ring. And his ordeal is horrible as he goes through that. He has to face the most profound of all his fears. He has to face all sorts of transformations. He has to become someone he had never imagined being in order to fulfill his journey. But that fulfillment of the journey, that ordeal that one faces when one goes into the innermost cave and addresses the greatest fears, is where the transformation occurs. It's where the protagonist truly becomes the hero, because they do what they were always meant to do. They become who they were always meant to be. And that's really what we're looking for on Transformative Journeys. I'll be back another time to talk a little bit more about the other steps in the hero's journey, but keep this in mind and think about in your own life. In your own life, are you stuck in the mundane? Is there just a quiet air of dissatisfaction, but a belief that there's nothing else that you can do? Maybe that call to adventure is coming your way. Think about whether or not you're ready to cross the threshold. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.